Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thanks so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I'm a lot better than I was last week. And let's get on with the reading. So this is Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of October 24th through to the 31st. For the past few weeks, we've been doing a special intention reading around healing using this deck here. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I did a little bit of soul searching last night about how to proceed with readings for the next week or so, and I decided on hidden strengths. So this week's reading is going to be focused on hidden strengths that are available to you, or things that you didn't know you were ready to move through, that we're going to take a look at here. We're using the wisdom of the oracle for our main spread today, and then as always, pulling from the medicine cards and the healing with the angels oracle for additional messages. So this is a general reading for your sign, Gemini. Whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. So what does Gemini need to know about their hidden strengths? All right, let's just get a little snapshot of what's going on with each card in its position. We have never-ending story in your central position representing you this week. Serendipity is something you're moving out of, and then loyal heart is your probable outcome with all that glitters as general energy. It just appears, and I've been doing this since April for you weekly, Gemini, and I really do see you caught up in whether you're aware of it or not, and whether you think it's a strength or not, there is this sense of what do people see you as? There is an interest, and it could just be sort of the Gemini sign with, the twins going on here, and that could very well be what's going on, sort of, two minds, right? This sense of you're fine, you know what you're doing, when it comes to fulfilling expectations or other people's idea of you or what to do in certain situations. But there's this something that sort of feels that's crushing on the inside, where it's like, is this who I really am? Is this who I really want to be? Where you could be having sort of doubts about how you're presenting yourself to others and how you really feel inside when you're doing that, with regard especially here to acceptance, okay? And I'm not picking on you. This is really in large part a human condition. The question essentially is, how much do we perform in our life or do for others or in the world around us, or just in general? What narrative do we hold in our minds that is essentially ours, or something we own and create, or something that is expected of us, that we're mimicking in the world? Are we just parroting what other people do and think and believe, sort of to fit in, or to make it look like we're performing a certain role? But there's a contrast with what's going on deep inside, either your heart or your mind here. So there just looks like there's an internal struggle here, is what I'm getting at, and it looks like you could be holding it to yourself, or you're unsure about how to move ahead. But I'm going to suggest here, with regard to the purpose of the reading being hidden strengths, that if you were to express to someone here that you did have, let's say, one issue here, I've been doing this forever, these people expect this from me, but I don't feel genuine when I do this. This is what we're looking at. We're looking at being genuine, being authentic to yourself this week, if that's important to you. And I will suggest that it is. You don't want to be two-minded about how you're going about in the world. You want to be fair to yourself, just like you want other people to treat you fairly, and you want to be fair with other people. But in order to do that, you need to be honest with yourself, right? So this is a really good week to get to the bottom of what you really need to be honest within, to yourself. And this could be something that you're struggling with internally, has nothing to do with external factors or external relationships, but I'm going to suggest that it does. It's just the nature of the beast. Anything that we struggle in within is going to project itself into the outside world. At the same time, I'm going to suggest that you have everything you need in order to move forward and make this decision for yourself. Where is it that you want to be in life? Who is it that you want to be working with and living with and dealing with and loving and having in your life that you aren't already, that you would prefer to, and that those relationships that you have already that you don't feel are genuine for whatever reason, or that you've outgrown, this is possible too, or that you don't feel authentic in anymore. Why are those propped up? Why are you having these relationships, and what are they giving you? And what are they sort of saying to the world when you have these relationships? I'm not saying it's bad to do this. I'm saying you might be outgrown something here that's maybe taking up more energy or more space in your life that you're willing to give any longer. So, hidden strengths being the ultimate message here while looking at these cards. We have never-ending story. This is where, of course, I'm looking at something on repeat, right? And it's not your favorite song, unfortunately. This is something where you're looking at, you're going through something over and over that you just wish you could be free of. But with all that glitters being the general energy around this card, we're looking at the reasoning, supposedly, or the narrative that you've convinced yourself of here, Gemini, is that, you know, it's for the best. Everyone wins. It's more important that we all get along. It's more important that I'm accepted. It's more important. Something's more important than you being authentic for yourself. And it's just not fair. There, I said it. It's just not fair. You're giving yourself away, too much of yourself away here. Even if you're getting something out of it, you have to make a decision around that being important enough. Okay? Because it's causing you grief. This is a high grief card. Something is a never-ending story. She can't even face herself in the mirror. Something is tormenting you within. And I'm going to suggest that it has to do, if not specifically with a sense of love and acceptance, with a sense of respect. Significantly self-respect here. If you are struggling with any elements of self-respect, I'm going to suggest that your hidden strength is that you make the decision to move through it. And the decision has to be around what are you giving up versus what are you getting? What are you getting out of this? Listen, it could be nice trips and nice cars and yachts and lots of perks, right? All that glitters, hello, that's gold. Something's being given up here though, and it's not worth it anymore. Something that's speaking to your soul, or as I said at the very beginning and just a moment ago, your self-respect. And you know what? My dear Gemini, there is zero on the planet that is going to be able to pay for your self-respect. And if you've been letting it go and thinking you're getting something out of it, yeah, it's going to tear you up inside. It's not worth it. It's time to move away from that. Serendipity, this is where I'm looking at, again, all that glitters, serendipity, something you're just moving out of. Yeah, you've been carried away by this. It feels really comfortable. There's something that you're getting out of it. No one's blaming you. No one's mad at you. If you're mad at yourself, stop it, right? You don't want to use that energy to be mad at yourself. You want to say, well, how do I get out of this? Or what am I getting out of it that I can get in another way, in a healthy way, in a self-respecting way, where I can not have to wear a mask around people, or worse, constantly feel like I have to say or behave or do certain things to be accepted. That's exhausting. But you can only ride this for so long. You can only ride the luck wave for so long. It's time to be fair to yourself and fair to the other people too. Let's be fair with the other people around you. Maybe they need to go their own separate ways. Maybe, miracle of all miracles, Gemini, they'll say, I'm so glad you said something. I was feeling this way too. How can we move through this together? See, something really positive awaits. Letting go of things that no longer serve you in your life. Because here with loyal heart for your probable outcome, this is you feeling and being absolutely protected. This is a sense of protection, Gemini. Someone has your back, okay? Someone's there for you. Someone believes in you. Again, if this is something that's an internal struggle that no one knows about, for example, you need to recognize in terms of your hidden strengths, right? You have what it takes to move through this. You know who to talk to, you know who to turn to. You've made difficult decisions before where you've come with the other side positively, and you've felt the difference between authenticity and inauthenticity, or lack of respect and a growing self-respect. You've been through this before and you can do it again. So trust in yourself that you have someone who has your back. If there's no one externally to you, these are resources that are available to you. You can call on therapists, you can call on friends or comrades at this time. You have options, you have choices here. And certainly if you are in a relationship setting, this other person believes in you and wants the best for you and is ready for you to treat yourself authentically and to live authentically. They want you to turn the page, okay? It's time for the next chapter here. It's time to grow past something that is no longer serving you. And you can very well, I mean, if you're like trying to discover, for example, well, I want to be authentic and honest with myself and treat myself with respect and those around me with respect. But you know what? I like this lifestyle, or I like what such and such gives me, or I like what I'm getting out of this. You can also come to terms with that as well. You know, I choose to live authentically, but I still want these certain perks or themes or luck or serendipitous relationships in my life. Is there a way to do that? And maybe that is your hidden strength this week, Gemini, is to say, you know, what is it that you really want, and you can prepare that future for yourself. Trust in yourself that you have what it takes to move through this, and that you can come out the other side and feel really positive and really engaged and evolved. Here with Otter, this is woman medicine. This is really all about female relationships, feeling joyous, feeling even flirty. This sense of, you know, maybe you were feeling shy about something, or shy about expressing a certain part of yourself here. About flirtation, about being a woman even, about being able or willing to give birth, for example. Not always to an infant, but, you know, to a project, to creative projects here. Maybe you've been really unsure about telling other people, you know, look, I'm a really creative person. I've been really holding on to this. I've been really shy. I didn't know what other people would think of this. And I've been holding myself back because I've been too shy. You know, I'm too interested in what other people think of me. You know, it's just, this is saying, hey, move away from that altogether. First of all, you're going to inspire other people, number one. The people who really love and care about you and want the best for you, you're going to inspire them by just making this choice to move forward. And ultimately, your self-respect is going to be worth more than its weight in gold, 100%. And look at what another outcome is for you, is freedom. When you're willing to let go of what other people think of you and want from you while you remain inauthentic to yourself, this is the utmost freedom, okay? This is what it's all about. It's getting away from the confines of, you know, societal impacts or societal wants and needs. Maybe all of your friends are saying, no, children aren't for me. I don't want that. It's going to hold me down. And you're thinking, or, you know, all these terrible things around, you know, motherhood or having children. I see it a lot. And I was guilty of it myself at one time. I'll be honest with you now. You know, there was this sense of, well, you know, I want to do more. I could be a doctor. I could be a this. And yeah, you can. But don't undermine how important and beautiful and exceptional it is to be a parent, or to live a parent role in someone's life, or to be a mother in someone's life as well. And that there is freedom around making this decision as long as it's your decision. Okay, this is the most important theme here. And I would say the hidden strength here is to just make up your mind, you know, to thine own self be true this week, dear Gemini. I think it's really going to give a lot of a great sigh of relief and a really nice focus for you to move into what you're supposed to be doing here. Stop living for other people. Do what you really want to do, what gives you joy and strength. Because you have a lot of support here, and you know in your heart what's best for you. So if you have a second, comment below. I love hearing from you. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's one of the last few things that are free in the world to do. And it also allows me to provide more content for you. I'm looking forward to doing that in the near future. So my dear Gemini, that concludes your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Until we meet next time, take good care. Bye for now.